We need some good old-fashioned truth-telling.
But this generation of women aren't receiving that.
Holy shit. You're still going. Boom, 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 boom. Ba-doom, doo, 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 doo. All right, what's your disagreement?
Um, First of all, I want to commend you on your show. I mean, I watch you every day, so you're doing a phenomenal job. I think you really try to highlight, and I think a lot of the listeners that I've been listening to, they don't watch your show, so they're not familiar with your content. But my disagreement would be that I do feel that there should be a better way to bring the men and women together, because from what I'm hearing, there's a lot of harshness coming in tone. And I don't think a lot of women are used to that because of the
Okay,
society
okay,
we're
okay.
in.
So your
I'm sorry. Go
disagreement
ahead.
is with my tone?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Then
Yes,
then you go do it.
I respect that. I respect that. I can respect that. Um, I just feel that women aren't accustomed to men of that
Were you raised
of
by
your
your father?
caliber. Yes.
I'm asking because you keep talking about feeling, how you feel.
Yeah.
I feel. That is a big trigger word, especially around men's content. Women talk about how they feel. Tell me about what you know and what you think.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Well, what I know is women have a very hard time with men that are as strong toned as you come across.
So,
They don't seem to receive that as well as someone with a softer tone.
really? Does it matter how they receive it or does it matter what they do about it?
Well, yeah,
No, I got
that makes
that's a
sense.
question I'm asking you.
Yeah,
What matters more?
it matters more what they do with the
Well,
information.
then I challenge you to go look at what some of my uh, detractors, people who tell women what they want to hear, and go find the amount of women who tell them, "You saved my marriage. I'm getting married because of you. You made me a better woman. I didn't like what you had to say, but now I'm better." Go look in their comment section. Go look at how many videos the women have made to them, and come back and tell me how they rank next to mine.
You're right. I
Why?
mean,
And my
I have to agree
question
with
is,
you.
as a black man, why are you coming in here making an emotional argument about tone when we got such a problem with our women?
Well, I think I'm making that argument simply because more black women, they're listening to your content. I see more and more people are having
Outcome. Well,
discussions.
let me reframe this. Why, as a man, are you giving me the emotional argument based upon outcomes
I don't really see that many out that much of a good outcome, honestly.
of who? For me or for them?
Well, black women. I mean,
No, no.
black women.
My tone aside, I'm getting
Yes.
outcomes. The people who tell them you're a queen and a goddess, are they getting women married, going back to their husbands, reframing how they look at men? You say you follow my content, right?
You're right. You're right. I
Who's
don't
getting the
see
outcome?
you're getting more outcome. I mean, I will give
So,
you
as a
that.
man, how are you going to come to me as a man who's getting a better outcome and tell me about a tone?
Well, simply because I just feel like because
Again,
your
with the
tone.
feeling. See, the
uh,
problem is when you say this, you weaken us. You sound soft saying this shit.
but how is that?
Cause you sound like, listen to what the men are gonna go back and go look in the comment section after this video, and
Yes.
I feel. I don't if I'm getting a different outcome, which is a better outcome,
Mhm.
damn the tone. It's the outcome. And if you're saying you see the same outcome, why do you care so much about the tone?
Because I don't think the majority of women are receiving what you're saying the
It's
right
not for
way.
the majority of women. And the majority of women are being told they're queens and goddesses. And what is that doing for the majority of women?
But if the majority of women are not receiving your content properly,
If
how
the
can you?
majority of women are being told they're queens and goddesses and you're tens, what are
Mhm.
the outcomes to that? See, this is
I
our
give you that.
problem as black men right here. You want me to moderate my tone when it's getting a better outcome than the moderated tones.
But my point is, I don't think it's being received by women as well as it would be if it was a tad bit better. I'm not, trust me, I'm not saying to change your complete tone. That's not what I'm saying because I respect
Yes, you
your
are. I mean,
content.
but what you're making is a feelings based argument. If you change your tone, then what? Okay, let's say it your way. If I change my tone, what percentage increase do you think I would get?
I think you would get a lot more,
What
uh,
percentage increase do you think I would get?
at least 15 to 20, at least a 15 or 20% increase,
I don't think so. And you're basing that based on what?
just based off, once again, like you mentioned, my anecdotal,
Right,
just
right,
people just,
right. You have nothing to base that on. Think of, I want you to sit there and ponder that. You want
I
me to
get that.
change what's getting outcomes verifiable, and you're saying 15 to 20% based upon nothing. That's how men
But I don't,
operate. That's how we think.
but
See,
I don't
and, and,
have
and
the
I'm and I'm challenging you. I'm challenging this because there are going to be black women who are going to come around and say, "Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but we can't be like this because no other group of men thinks like this. It
so
is
even
weak
now,
thinking."
okay,
No,
so
no, it works. And if I'm not getting everybody, so what? I'm doing far better than the people telling they're queens and goddesses. And you can't come tell me that if you moderated your message, you get about 15 to 20% more. You can't say that. Somebody could easily come along and say he could lose 50%.
but you have to understand, a lot of people may only watch your content not because they're trying to
But
better
do you
their,
understand that they could make the same argument? You could lose 50% based upon
yes,
their
but
anecdotal evidence. Could someone make the same argument? You could lose. True or false?
I mean, that's true. You could always lose followers or lose.
Well, so it's a counter argument. And what I'm saying is what you're saying doesn't make any, is not rooted in anything other than your feelings.
The reason I say that, okay, first of all, you just said I use the word feelings too much. So I was raised in a household with both my father and a mother. So my mother is a very strong-willed person. My father is he's also a very strong-willed person. So, but he always taught me you catch more flies with honey than vinegar or something along that line. But anyway, it's an old school term, but he always used that term. So he always trained me to say there's a time and place to be very strong and stern, and there's a time and place to kind of fall back and use your softer
And you're
side.
watching a platform with a man who's been on for a year,
Yeah. Well, I think more than that,
grown from
three,
seven,
4
grown
years.
from 50,000 subscribers to almost a million.
Yes.
Who's a professional salesperson who is trained in what you're talking about. Monday through Friday, I do this,
Yes, I agree.
and you
And actually, you've been
so
on for several
you
years.
don't think that I know the things you're talking about, but I also know as a salesperson and as a marketer, as a presenter, you need to people respond to authenticity and actual outcomes.
But I understand it. I'm a marketing manager. I
Then if
understand
you
how.
then what you're saying is not even make good business sense. You got to it's based in nothing.
What I'm saying is not about business. What I'm saying is it's about relationships. It's
It
about
is
building our
about business. You
community.
said getting more people is about increasing an outcome. It's
No,
business. It can
but
be
I
both.
okay, but I thought honestly, I thought your content was about building the black community, building our
It
community,
is. And who's getting a better
creating better
outcome? Who's
relationships.
getting the better damn outcome? Is it Derek Jackson and Steve Harvey telling you queens and everything else? Or is it this? Have you seen any videos saying I got my husband because of Derek Jackson? Derek Jackson saved my marriage. Steve Harvey did this. Have you seen any of those videos?
Of course, I watch all that content.
No, no. You've seen women come out and say I found my husband listening to these guys, following this information.
No, but they do follow that stuff an
I
awful
didn't
lot.
ask you. Okay, have you seen any videos saying that Kevin Samuels is the reason I married? There are 5 on my channel right now.
Yes, but they may not just produce that
Oh
stuff. I mean,
Jesus!
I understand that. You produce it. You produce results. I will grant you that. They may not produce that or put that content or information out there to the general public. That's all I'm saying. My thing is you would get more viewers, you would get a better outcome just
I
if
like
you
the okay. You're right. I like the outcome I'm getting. This is what I'm gonna do, and it's working. And until you can show me something that's gonna work better, show me somebody who has faster growth, more views, more consistent outcomes. Show me somebody. Show me one person. Give me the business reason to do it.
You're right.
Then
I can't.
stop.
I
Then
can't even.
stop, please. Because I don't like when we do this as men. I try to be nice, but there's no business reason. There's no practical reason. This is in your feelings.
I guess I was thinking your content was supposed to bring the black family back together, bring
Holy
men and women
shit.
back
How
together.
many times have I. Can somebody else do? Let me bring somebody else on.
But you're not.
If
But
if if if, if people are getting, if there are one, two, three, four, five couples getting married because of me, that's bringing the black family back. Go
for
five,
every five
five.
people,
Listen, be please, please. Five people, five couples, black couples married.
sure.
Dozens of women in the comment section. I'm a better wife. All kind of shout outs across YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I don't like the fact that we feel like we got to talk to our women in such a sugar and spice and everything nice when we are in a crisis. 1 in 4 will marry. 80% of children born out of wedlock. And you're coming to me with the same liberal, weak wristed bullshit. Be nicer. Say it honeyed. Say it sweet. That ain't got us nothing. We
But they're not
need some
receiving
we
it.
need some good old fashioned truth telling.
But this generation of women aren't receiving that.
Holy shit. You're still going.
They're not. I mean, honestly, they're not receiving it. I understand
Okay,
totally
I know
what you're saying.
disrespect. Are you married?
No, I'm not.
You ever been married?
No, I haven't.
Got any children?
No, I don't.
You got a girlfriend?
No.
I got several. I've been married, got kids. I think I know women better than you. You want to start pulling rank. I'm trying to be nice, man. Don't tell me about women if you ain't had no success with them, even fail with them.
I got you, brother. I won't even argue with you on that
You can't argue this shit. I tried to let you off, man, but you're still pushing this point. Rooted in nothing.
because I don't think you understand what I'm getting to. My point is, you may have 4 or 5 or maybe even 10 people that come on and say they've gotten married, but the majority, I'm focused more on the majority. That's all. I'm just saying the majority of women are not receiving it. They're pushing back. If you've got 1,000 women and only 10 women are getting married out of 1,000, then the majority aren't receiving it. That's the only thing I'm trying to get to. Once again, I respect your
No,
content.
no, and
You
let me give you and let me let you know the problem in what you're thinking. It's the bird in the hand versus in the bush. You're a marketing person. You should understand a tipping point. What percentage do you need to reach a tipping point?
I don't know. You tell me.
Now, what do you think?
To reach a tipping point, at least 40 to 50%.
10%.
Okay.
So I don't need 1,000 when 100 will do. You're trying to reach the masses. You'll never reach the masses. But when you reach a critical mass or a tipping point of 10%, the rest of the market tends to follow. Do you see people responding to my content? Do you see it starting conversations? How many platforms have you seen that have responded to Kevin Samuels? How many platforms have you seen where a black man is sitting next to a black woman and they're responding to this video? And then you look in the comment section. How many comedians are talking about it? How many people? What are you talking about?
I grant you that. I grant you that. You do have that. You do have a lot of, you have started the conversation. So I would
And
definitely
now
give you
you're
that.
trying to tell me do it different when it's working. And it's based in nothing.
But I'm not
If you
saying you
had a
have to do it
business, if you had a business and it was working and you were number one and you were making progress and destroying your competition, you would go into the shareholders and we're going to change and do it this way now. They tell you you're out
So
of your gosh darn mind.
let me ask you this. So do you feel that even if you were to change slightly, not 100%, but just change maybe 15%, that you would be able to get more,
Notice the
just
question
people
you
would
just
receive
asked
it?
me, do you feel like, the question you asked me is, do you feel like if I did this? I don't do business based on feelings. I'm a man.
Well, do you think that if
No,
you changed,
no.
okay, okay.
Because if I did, I'd do it. Do I strike you as somebody who's not smart enough to be able to read the tea leaves?
I get it. It's your content. I get it.
It's not about my content. It's about what. See, what you have to understand is what you're saying is doesn't work. It doesn't work. We've tried it that way. It doesn't work. And I need more men to have some steel in their spine and start standing up and sounding more like me instead of like you. That's where you're failing your black brothers. This sounds weak. All women don't have to take us seriously. We got to go talk to them nicer. I'm going to tell them the truth and respect them as being the strong women that they are and understand that they are smart enough to be able to make a decision. 1 in 4 of you are married. Either you change the way you pick a mate or you'll buy a dog and die alone. I'm going to give them the benefit of being smart enough to use that PhD that they have and
I'm a
know
PhD.
that they're not getting the outcomes that they were marketed that they would get by being apart from their man, by calling themselves strong, independent, I don't need no man. That ain't working.
But they're not hearing you because they can't get
Holy
past the
shit.
hard
All
exterior. They
right,
can't get
all right,
past it.
all right. No, they've heard too much of men who think like you. Where are your balls? Seriously, you're saying they're not hearing you. How many people in this show right now? How many people in the show right now?
I can't see. I don't know.
They're not hearing you. My videos average 400,000 views. They're not hearing me. They're hearing me. You better believe they're
I mean,
hearing me.
hearing you based on. I mean, hearing you
All right,
based
man.
off of
You got it. You're
changing your
right. You're right.
attitude.
You're right. You're right. You're right. And this is what I mean about power, money, and sex. I'm not going to argue with you, bro, but you got nothing to base what you're saying on. You got nothing to base what you're saying on except feelings. And I respect your feeling, but I don't do things based on feelings. And I don't and even if I did, I don't feel like what you're saying is going to work because I've seen that it doesn't. 25,000 people in here. What
But
you're
are they
saying, man,
watching?
what you're saying, brother, is you've got nothing other than a feeling.
But are they watching for the shock value, or are they actually
Who
watching
gives
to
a
learn
shit? They're
something?
watching. That's the point. They're watching. And how many women have come? See, if you were really a watcher of mine, you would know that women come over and say, you know what? I thought this, but until I watched an entire video myself, and then I heard the logic, I heard the facts, I heard the stats, I heard this.
I've heard that. I mean, I've watched you for the last few
Then
years when you started out with men. So I've been watching your content
then
for years.
understand that it's working. And now you're saying, well, if you just tweaked it a little bit, you get more. Well, you know what? The Colonel got 11 herbs and spices. Well, if you put 13 in, you get about a 20% bump in customers. I don't think so. The formula works. And I'm still got a man who's sitting here telling me, nah, I don't feel like it's gonna work that way. And I'm asking you based on what? And you haven't said anything except I just feel this way. All right, based in what? I'm
Based off
listening. Based in what?
based off of the conversations that I have with women that detest the content. And I'm an advocate saying, hey, listen to him.
They're
He's
detest
trying
the
to
content. Are
educate
they
you.
over 30?
Yes,
Do they tend to be overweight?
some.
Any of them have children out of wedlock?
They all do. I got you.
Any of them college graduates?
I got you. I see where you're going.
But if they listen to me, do you think they would get better outcomes?
If they actually paid attention,
Right. Do you think I'm the first person that told them if you lost some weight, you'd have a better health and get a better outcome?
but that's the problem. They're not.
No, 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 it's not the problem. See, it's not the problem of information. See, you just defeated your own argument. It's not the information. They've been given the information several different ways. The problem is they've been given the information spoon fed and soft. And you know how many people watch me and can't stand it, but they're still sitting there saying, I can't stand it. But they listen. And then they wonder, why are they watching them? Because the women are getting something out of it. And what I don't understand is why, as a man, you're not on this side saying, yeah, instead of saying softer. We should be going harder. We're behind. Black boys are reading at a fourth grade level. These very mothers you're talking about, how are their sons doing? Would you want to be stepdaddy to any of them?
No, sir.
Then don't tell me about softening a message when we're failing our next generation of boys. And we're failing because they hear men who are sitting back saying, yeah, be nicer. No other race of men has to be this damn nice.
But I don't. But no other race is as combative with one another as we are.
No
I
other
don't
race
see
of
how.
no other race of men have need to be stronger than we do. See, this is where it falls on us. Brother, I keep saying the problem is brothers who think like you're too weak for this fight. I guarantee you this. Men who go into a place talking like me walk away with more of the women than you do. Regardless as to how they look, women follow leadership and strength. Or do you disagree?
I agree with that. They do follow strength. I mean, in the business world, strength always comes out on top. So,
So
I,
why can't black men be strong?
because I think we're dealing with a different generation of women nowadays. They don't
Really?
receive
Did you look at the last president you had?
it.
You can chuckle all
Yeah,
you want to, but he inspired people to riot on the Capitol, didn't he?
yeah, you're right.
Obama couldn't even. What did Obama get us? Don't tell me about the generations. See, this is where black women make a valid critique. It is our responsibility not to worry about the motherfucking generation, the price of tea in China, gas, how tight your shoes are. We got to grab our balls and be fucking men. Even the ones that weren't raised. I wasn't raised this way. You have to make yourself a man worth being followed. And you don't do it with nice words. You do it by grabbing your balls and getting ready to fight. Because if we can't fight our women, how the fuck we gonna fight the world? They don't respect us because our women don't respect us.
I agree.
You know how many times I've been in corporate America where people have asked me, how do you put up with that? Janice is a hell of a spitfire, such and so forth. They laugh at us. I've been on golf courses and in boardrooms. I could never put up with a woman like Brenda. Wow, Helen is so sweet. She's a spitfire. That spitfire is a way for saying something else. They hold our manhood cheap because we are so weak that our women are walking around with long colored fingernails, furry slippers, pajamas, and bonnets, weighing more than men at our height, cussing at us. And you want to be nice to that? Fuck that. I mean, I understand where he was coming from, but I'm gonna make a hard pause right here because I don't want this to get sliced. The United States long held policy is you don't negotiate with terrorists. I refuse to go like to be like that one brother saying that black women are our enemy. That's how you get there. By abdicating power. I refuse to do that. That's how we get there by saying, well, sugar and spice and everything nice. When what they really want is a man to say, no, that's not right. And sometimes you'll say no and you may be dead ass wrong, but you still need to maintain your masculine frame so that at least can say, shit, at least he stood on something. I mean, one of these noodle back, wishy washy ass, they don't want that.